I think it's time for the UK to stop listening to the United States because they get too much wrong. And if they get this wrong over Iran, then there's going to be a huge penalty to pay. But in the past, we listened to them, didn't we, over Iraq? They said there was weapons of mass destruction. Of course, there wasn't. And that was the excuse that they needed, wasn't it, to start an illegal war? Why is America so quick to get involved with these forever wars? Well, I think it's because of their military machine. It has to keep turning over. It makes them so much money. So that's why they always seek out these wars. But they always stick their nose into some other country's affairs. And then down the line, usually a few years down the line, they're reminded that they shouldn't have got involved. Now, up to now, Russia and China have stayed fairly silent on Iran. I hope they stay that way, for the foreseeable. But will they? At the end of the day, Iran is a country that they're more likely to want to support than any Western country. So I think it's just a matter of time before Iran will say to them, well, are you my ally or not? Well, if you are, put up or shut up. And I think they'll put up. I think they'll show up. So if America were to use one of their stealth bombers and one of their bunker busters, I mean, have you seen the size of those things? Have you seen the size of those bloody bombs? Bloody hell. Dear me. Yes, they've got some advanced technology. They might still consider themselves to be the most powerful military nation in the world. But for how much longer? The day that you turn round and take on too much and overcommit yourself is sometimes a day that you'll live to regret. I'm just hoping, and that's all we can do because Donald Trump has left everybody, up in the air, and he could do, or he might not do. And that's the only thing you get, don't you, from him? He may get involved, or he may not get involved. But let's hope they do this right. At UK level, I want it to go through Parliament, whether we get involved at any level, past what we're already at. I want it to be some kind of parliamentary decision. And as far as the United States, I want it to be from Congress. If Congress decide that they want to get involved in another illegal war. But I know one thing, if it goes badly, people will use it against Trump. Absolutely. And they'll have a legitimate reason for doing so, because he wanted to be remembered as the president that didn't take America to war. And so if he gets involved in this, and then Iran get their allies also involved, and then American deaths start occurring, UK deaths start occurring, firstly on military bases, and then maybe on the streets of the UK, maybe on the streets of the United States. Direct deaths from Iran's proxies and their cells that are probably already integrated into Western society. Now, it makes me wonder whether the global powers, those that are orchestrating events like they do with every war, it makes me wonder now whether this is some kind of plan that they're really looking forward to. And if it gets out of hand, well, they're okay. They can just go to their shelters, can't they, with their 10-year supply of food, and leave all the surface dwellers scratching for food and fighting it out, every man for himself. Is that their plan? Or is it to implement martial law and greater tyranny? But who would have thought, right, that only 6 months ago, that people were solidly behind a president on the promise that he wouldn't be like every other president and take the country to war. But I did say at the time, I said, oh, come on, people. Uni-party system, this. Donald Trump is working for the same entity and force that every Democrat of the past worked for. It's a uni-party. And if they've decided at the top level, you know, those that are really running the events, if they've decided that there's going to be a war, Donald Trump will fall into place, right? And he'll sell that war to Congress and to the American people. And on our shores, our Prime Minister, Starmer, will sell the same war to the people. Are you getting bored of this shit yet? Are you getting bored of these people who keep making mistakes, making it so obvious for people that have got spiritual insight to see how truly wicked they are? Oh yes, they're not fooling many people now. And I'll tell you why. Because the more we get into the final last days, the more people's eyes are opened. And they know exactly what these leaders are up to. These warring nations. It's all very convenient, isn't it? We just can't have true peace in the world. Why would they want true peace when that doesn't bring in the revenue? So they have to have one war after another war. Perpetual wars, forever wars. And whatever president or whatever prime minister is in our country, they will be in support of that. Now, we do know that Starmer is trying to say to Trump, this currently, because they flew out there, didn't they, Lammy and Starmer, because they're a bit worried. Because it means that Labour will never get back in if they green light this illegal war with Iran. They'll never get back in again. So that's the Conservatives going into oblivion. That'll be Labour going into oblivion. And that means that door will be open then for Nigel Farage's party, the Reform Party, to swoop in and govern proceedings, because nobody will trust those two former parties again if they take us to an illegal war and it backfires. And in Trump's case, the Republicans will be finished. If it backfires, if he bombs and there's thousands of deaths, and then China and Russia decide, oh, this is going too far now, public opinion will soon turn against Trump. So I think that they need to be very, very careful at the moment, because whatever decision they make, there's going to be some that are not happy. But why would you let someone like Benjamin Netanyahu work you like a marionette puppet, Trump? Why would you allow him to stand at the back of you and pull your left and right arm up? Because that's exactly what he's doing. He's working you like a fool. You say you're a president that you makes your own decisions, but why can't you see that Benjamin has been carrying out genocide in Gaza? Why haven't you chastised him? Why have you said, we're going to continue to support you no matter what war you're waging, and no matter how many people you kill, we're going to continue to support you, when that doesn't even sit with a normal person with a normal conscience? And yet Trump is doing it. He's not seeing that Benjamin is playing him like a fiddle. And that Benjamin could be responsible for starting the final war. And everybody else is just being led to that very, very unique place that is mentioned in Revelation. You know what that place is. So yeah,